2v2 Golgotha Depths blue team. The Illusive man plays a Plague Champion, good damage potential and utility, starts off ranged, not the quickest and not the toughest to start off either. Alongside is Mistral as a Warboss, walks through cover, fights melee, good damage, disruption and buffs from the front lines. Red team, we have two Eldar Warlocks, Asmondeus and Baka. These are offensive melee commanders, pretty good mobility with fleet, can tank and disrupt really well later on, as well as kick some ass. Double shooters for Mistral, fighting over this south power point. Destructor on those sluggers takes a chunk of their health away. A strange map in that you have these three contested power points, north, south and centre, and for that reason I think the Bile Spear would be pretty good on the Plague Champion. Absolutely wrecks generators, does good damage to infantry and will allow him to try and control these Howling Banshees, and both Eldar players have gone for Howling Banshees. Light melee infantry with power weapons will absolutely ruin these double CSM's day. Illusive man will need a way to control them definitely. Perhaps a Havoc squad next, or aspiring champion heretics, and here come the heretics. Get a destructor to the face. There's the Doom Blast. Heretics take tons of damage. Double guardians backing up the Eldar there, but the Doom Blast allows them to get away, suppressing that blob. Both of the Warlocks over here. Well, the Orks. You have sluggers and shooter boys here. Light melee unit and light range unit. The Eldar could push this little group, but here comes the Warboss now.
Let flesh run like pus.
Plague Champion getting the Mucus Discharge. 455, 500, a 2-to-1 for red though. Here comes the Warlock. Very nice special attack. Sluggers going into a hugely dangerous area. Here comes the Warboss. Look at a ton of health on already. These sluggers are not going to get away. Banshees, special attack, sending them flying, and no way they're getting out of there. Early squad loss for Mistral. Has big shooters on one of these shooter boys though. Can use them to suppress those Banshees, try and control them a little bit. Probably going to see angry bits from the Warboss. No sign of it yet. But the Orks can take centre despite losing those sluggers. Plague Champion capping the northern power here. Natural victory point for red in the northeast. Blue team have one in the southwest. And of course this central one will see a lot of action. Shuriken Cannon for both Eldar players. Identical build order so far. We have Eternal War already down on these CSM. I would have gone for Havocs or an aspiring champion for these guys as my first power outlay, but these guys are getting grenade launchers. Obviously think it's a bit too intense to be sending heretics into melee even with an aspiring champion. Will also help them counter these double shurikens of course. There we see the grenade barrage knocking the shuriken back, but there's nothing there to push against them. So it can just reset, and here comes a Warlock with the Merciless Witchblade. Drains energy and allows you to constantly disrupt something, usually a commander. So the Warboss is gonna get trolled, I think. Back up, no war gear for him. Asmondeus retreats. Illusive man keeping these Chaos Forces in play, good play by him. Waiting for the Orc player to reinforce, and here he is. Warboss taking tons of damage though, and might go down. No, these Guardians do not have a grenade and a retreat anyway. Got a bit too ahead of his shooters there. Banshees in amongst these shooter boys, and they both retreat out of sheer fear, even though they suppress those ladies. Illusive man also forced to retreat. Grenade misses, but a nice idea from Baka. Battle equipment really helps out Guardians, gives them a health buff, energy shields and plasma grenades, and red team are decapping blue's natural, might get a triple hit. North is all blue though. Plague Champion all on his own and needs to run, and does. Howling Banshees, very bad news for a ranged commander. Even a level 1 melee commander will struggle against those Howling Banshees. Did decap Blue's natural, but could not cap it, lost on model 2. A double for red, 391, 500. Asmondeus' Warlock lost a lot of health somehow. Eldar capping the north. We see a energy shield with a shuriken behind it, which is a bit of a pain to deal with, and Illusive Man is just neglecting to push that area. We have triple gens right in the middle here by red. A ballsy move. Blue have 2 in the south. Here comes the Warboss to try and scare off these guardians, and they're just going to take the garrison. Tier 2 for Baka, the first to go. Here come Illusive Man's army. Where is the Plague Champion? He is going to the north again. And Blues now congregate in the centre at the right time. Baka will need to wait for support, I think. Does have the shuriken though, so might be able to hold off this offensive by himself. Plague Champion recapping at North Power again. And here we see the defense. CSM countered, of course, by that shuriken. Guardians moving in for a grenade. And there's the attempt. Easily dodged. Was unlucky there. I think the Guardian that was throwing a grenade died initially. Another one picked it up and slung it. Shuriken trying to hold, but this is a lot of firepower and it's forced off. Warlock going in though against all of this stuff. CSM are no slouch in melee, so this is dangerous, but the shooters all retreat. That was a mistake, I think. Just split them up, keep one squad in play and kite with the other, and he would have forced off that Warlock and won the engagement. Could have took that power. Small decisions like that change games so much. Plague Champion went down in the north. Howling Banshees are sniggering. They have a Exarch now. She gets her spear because they have their Espec, so these ladies are a pretty dangerous melee squad now. Asmondeus' Howling Banshees also get in their Exarch. Red team doing a very good job against blue, I think. Blue team haven't done enough to counter the Howling Banshees. Should have got Havocs, I think, Illusive Man. But he's gone tier 2 for a quick Blood Crusher. Warlock does not get a weapon that can deal with vehicles very well. We do have Warp Spiders on the way though for Asmondeus, and the Plague Champion has been repurchased. Still has his Mucus Discharge, allowing him to support this CSM blob with heals, and we see Mark of Zinch for these guys. Red team now looking quite strong in the centre with Shuriken, upgraded Banshees, and some very dilapidated Guardians down to just 3 models and very little health. Not sure what these shooter boys are trying to do. He's going to lose that squad if he's not careful. Just about gets out of there. And poorly managed engage for Boss. Mistral got way too close. Triple shooters. Nice idea to support them with this war truck. Now the war truck's in trouble. Very low health. Vehicle only 350, and rear armor hits from that spear will take it out quick time. Widway also on the field, as you can see. Warp Spider's doing ridiculous damage to this Warboss. He's still chasing. And now retreats, has his Power Claw. Not sure why. Here's the Blood Crusher. A demon with vehicle armor, benefits greatly from worship, decent damage versus all targets, and respectable speed too. Howling Banshees in amongst these CSMs now retreat, and Banshees trying to finish them off. They get their Aspiring Champion, which might save them, and in fact does save them because they lost all the other members. Meanwhile in the south, Warlock taking out these shooters again, getting a bit too over eager and out of position. Where's the Weird Boy? He is coming out of base. Not as tough as he used to be. Blues hold mid though. CSM are capping. Aspiring Champion on these guys. They do not have a mark yet. Haywire Grenade snares this Blood Crusher. Banshees decide not to chase. Blood Crusher should get away fine. 3-2-2, 4-3-9. 2-1 for blue now. Loads of stuff forced off the mid, and Banshees will cap. Warboss really angry, charging in against this Shuriken, which takes the building. Now goes after these Guardians. Zap goes down on them, but it's probably going to jump to the Warboss, and it does. One of the abilities the Weird Boy has. War Truck supported triple shooters, all suppressed by the Shuriken. Need to get back into the truck. Warboss goes down. Weird Boy, ouch. Makes for a pretty decent garrison counter. Almost taking out that Shuriken there, which retreats. Here comes Asmondeus. We have identical build orders still from both Eldar players, both going for Warp Spiders. Ouch. Haywire Grenade on the rear armor takes out the War Truck in a blink of an eye. Might want to replace that thing. 180-20 to buy those things. They're very cheap. Plague Fisted Plague Champion now. Those Banshees will need to be very careful. Pestilent Strike will stun them, allowing the double CSM to shoot the crap out of the Banshees. Center is uncapped. Autark dropped by Asmondeus. Sub-commander for Eldar, very quick on her feet, also supports with passive buffs. And she's going to decap Blue's natural. Jumps over cover. Blood Crusher now in the center, going after the Warlock. Might take him out too if he charges. No charge attempt. Here come Howling Banshees and a Shuriken, and more Howling Banshees. 317, 430, a single for red. Blood Crusher goes straight after that Shuriken. Now this infantry can help it out. A lot of stuff on this Blood Crusher now. Double Howling Banshees. Uses its demonic claw to scare them off. Here come Guardians with the Warlock leader. Are we going to see a grenade? Apparently not. Here comes the Warboss now. And a Noxious Cloud put down to save that Blood Crusher. Well done by Illusive Man. There's a grenade. But the Heretic for worshipping. Nurgle worship, boosting the health regen of infantry. Autark almost went down. Blood Crusher should back off. What is it doing? 295, 430. And he's going to lose this Blood Crusher, I think, because we're going to see a Haywire Grenade from these Warp Spiders. Oh wait, yes, there it is, and it's a dead Blood Crusher. Mistake from Illusive Man. Warlock dead in the north. Chaos Dreadnought now on the way. Not sure what this Power Claw is for. Could have used those resources elsewhere. It's not doing a whole lot. It's not getting into melee a lot. 295, 421, a double for blue. People often just buy the Power Claw for the sake of it. Plague Champion healing up those CSM with Mucus Discharge, now in amongst these Banshees with these Plague Fists, which is a nasty weapon versus all targets. Also has Fetid Armor now, fully kitted up. Plague Champion, level 2, 782 hit points with a heal. 295, 389, good pressure on Red's natural by Illusive Man, and he might be able to cap it here. And Blue's could get a triple, and look at this map control. Warboss being trolled by Merciless Switchblade again. Warp Throw also on the Warlock now, and we might see it here. Warp Throw, fantastic synergy with both Banshees and Guardians. You can throw stuff into the Banshee's path for melee, and also into a Plasma Grenade's path. 295, 351, and a triple is up. Blues have taken this power too. In fact, they have all of the contested power nodes. Reds just have their natural. Neither of the naturals have been touched. Nobody has got far enough away from the center to do so. Here is the Chaos Dreadnought. Walker vehicle for Chaos. Starts off with an autocannon. Decent damage versus all targets and a small AoE. And look at this, Boar's Mistral has a Nob Squad on the field. Elite tier 3 infantry, fight melee. Hugely tough and powerful, but costs a lot of resources to fully upgrade them. Shurikens a shuriken, sorry. Baka has lost his shuriken. They might want another one to try and deal with these knobs. They do have double warp spiders which can teleport around and frustrate them. Knob squad getting in amongst these banshees. Banshees do not want to fight with them, but they're trying to take out the Wind Boy and do. Can they get away though? No way. Headbutts take them out. Vortark also doesn't want to get into a fight. She has her Executioner Spear, much like the Banshee Exarch gets. Blue team looking quite good then. 294, 300, a double. Mark of Tzeentch for the Chaos Dreadnought, gives it a missile launcher. And we have a Fire Prism on the way for Baka. Still kicking off in the south. Knob squad retreats. Warlock retreated for some reason. Might have been a misclick. Shuriken in the building. Fire Prisms will do an excellent job versus those knobs. If you keep an eye on them, they can constantly knock them back and keep them at bay. Also do decent damage, of course, and here it is. Fire support for Eldar. Has an artillery attack and a focus blast that you can switch between. Vortark capping mid. Those missiles don't do a very good job against infantry, can't really hit them. Warboss going after her. She's staying in melee here. Needs to jump away or retreat, and she retreats. Howling Banshees suppressing the Plague Champion with their War Shout and taking a lot of damage. Not sure what he was trying to do there. Chaos Dreadnought needs some repairs. The Plague Champion himself can repair, of course. Warboss really going after this Fire Prism, but he's not going to get close to it. We have Witchblade of Kurnus on this Warlock. This is Baka's. And a huge engagement kicking off in the centre. CSM get a heal. Haywire Grenade on the Dreadnought has it stunned. And it's now taking focus shots from that Fire Prism. And taking a lot of damage, as you can see. Knob squad have their U-jammers, making them even more dangerous. Frenzy is popped. Plague Champion might go down here and will go down here. Was trying to take out the Fire Prism, very nearly did so. Plague Fist, of course, fantastic versus all targets. Warp Spiders running the hell away from that Knob squad. And this Fire Prism needs to be very careful. Knobs have their passive charge. One more hit would do it. But the Fire Prism gets a shot off. Saving it. Wow. 294, 190. And a Fire Prism from both players now. Blue team really needs to think about taking these things out. And look at this. Warlock chasing this Dreadnought around. One more hit will take it out. Well, one more hit now. 2 hit points. And there he goes. Loses the Chaos Dreadnought. These Orks did not help out. Vortark jumping in amongst them. Nice special attack. That Warlock's in retreat. Here come Warp Spiders and these shooters way out of their depth. Really need some support. Illusive man looking quite thin. Double CSM and Plague Marines on the way. North is not being taken. Fire Prism being repaired instead. Center is being taken. Vortark being a real nuisance here and is going to try and decap as well. Instead jumps into the Knob squad. And then quickly retreats. Warboss unable to make an impact in the centre. 286, 190. Fire Prism now getting shots off on the CSM blob. Here come Plague Marines. Anti-vehicle unit with a missile launcher that snares vehicles, and there it is. Hitting the Fire Prism, but they can't follow it up, sorry. 274, 190 Plague Marines, not the quickest unit around, but very, very tough. Often used to tie things up in melee combat, since they explode when they die. Warp Spiders retaking the central power. Battle Wagon on the way for Paul's Mistral, also has tank busters, I think. He might want another tank buster because we have another Fire Prism on the way for backup. Tank busters won't be able to get close to it on their own, but if they use their rocket barrage they can take out a Fire Prism pretty quickly. Warboss getting trolled by the Warlock again. He must be ridiculously angry. There it is, the rocket barrage, taking out a warp spider. Warlocks forcing melee on the tank busters now. Sorry, Guardians with their Warlock leader are forcing melee. Still a 2-to-1. Here come a Nob squad. Back the hell off, Guardians. And they do so. Meanwhile, north, Illusive Man struggling to deal with this fire prism and is going for bloodletters. Double bloodletters might do it. Excellent fire prism use for red. Not getting over anxious with them, not overextending them at all. This one is extending quite a lot, and Plague Marines have caught up with it. There's a missile hit, and here are bloodletters. What is he up to? They are teleporting in. Demon infantry with good damage versus all targets, and this is a dead fire prism, surely. Yes, he was getting in for an Eldritch Storm, that's why. A waste, I think. Plague Marines will shrug off pretty much anything. 195, 190, a double for red. And another fire prism, this time for Asmondeus. Here is the battle wagon, super unit for Orks. Trundles around running over stuff and shooting it sometimes. You need to garrison 2 units inside though for all of its guns to fire. We might see 2 of the shooter boys get in it. Warboss taking a lot of damage. Here is the death roller. Can't quite do its job, no. Guardians, what are they up to? Hugely spread out for some reason, now in retreat. Here come double fire prisms. Ouch, getting rear armor hits on this battle wagon. Illusive Man warp throwed on his ass, while the CSM are into an ethereal slash. Warlock gets really nasty late game. Mucus discharge though, pretty much healed them all the way back up. Warboss is dead surely. No, with the Autuck trying to take him out in retreat. She's trying to and does. Now she needs to retreat, and here comes these double fire prisms, really hurting this battle wagon. Might take it out. A couple more shots. Warp throw again, controlling these shooters, and the battle wagon goes down. That's a big loss. Warlock also goes down though, surely. Retreating with 8 hit points and gets away, levels to 5. Shooter boys stop shooting him for some reason. Distort field put down on him to preserve. It's a global ability of the Warlock. Fire prisms now using their spread shot to deal with the knobs, and really nice fire prism usage again in the center. Here are the bloodletters. Should get another bloodletter squad, I think. Teleporting in under a lot of fire though. Getting rear arm hits on this fire prism will take it out, and they do. Plague Champion needs to run very low on health and goes down, and bloodletters are gonna go down, I think. Yes. Huge losses for Illusive Man. If he had double bloodletters there, he would have taken out both of the fire prisms. Instead, I'm not sure what he's doing. Thinking about tier 3 perhaps. And another fire prism on the way for Asmondeus. Red team, seeing that the blue team are struggling to deal with them, just getting more. And why not? 167, 132 and a 1-to-1. Merciless Witchblade again. Really annoying this Warboss. Does he have an armor upgrade? He does have his heavy armor, so he's super tanky now. Over 1800 hit points at just level 3. Triple fire prisms on this raised platform is so difficult to deal with. Illusive Man goes for more Plague Marines. A bit of a safer bet than bloodletters, but not quite as effective. And we have double Nob squad for Mistral and more tank busters too. Noxious Cloud on that garrison. Nob squad's unable to get close though. Here comes another fire prism. All quiet in the north and south, and these Eldar forces not joining in, just waiting for these Orks to come in. Here comes Illusive Man's army. These CSM are going to struggle though versus double fire prisms, or triple fire prisms even. Still a 1-to-1 and more fire prisms on the way. It's going to be 5 on the field. Look at this, there's no way they have a chance. Warp throw as well, and Banshee's going in. Here's a Rocks. This might be their only chance here. Fire Prism just survives, unbelievable. And the other one gets away pretty much unharmed. A lot of Eldar died though. Illusive Man forced off completely. Needed to get double Bloodletters, not double Plague Marines. Warp Spiders doing crazy damage to those tank buses, just exploding here. 131, 132. Plague Champions being very cheeky and decapping Red's natural. Can they get some rear armor hits on this Fire Prism? There's one. One more and it'll go down, I think. Warlocks trying to get in there and tie them up. Here come Howling Banshees and Warp Spiders too, and there's Ethereal Slash misses them, they retreat. 131, 132. Still, Reds will have their 2-1. Or will they? Here comes the Warboss, but he's just going to get constantly knocked back. Nob Squad in waiting. Don't have their Nob Leader yet. Tank Busters, there's the Rocket Barrage. Fire Prism backs away. Ouch. Nob Squad, tons of damage. Very nice grenade. Blue team just have no way to push here. More Prism indeed. Now comes a D cannon for Baka. One on 8, 132. Plague Marines in vain trying to take out that Fire Prism. Here comes the Noxious Cloud just to try and finish this one off. And there it is. And the Fire Prism does go down. That's one down. There's still 3 on the field. Not going to do a lot to these guys though. D cannon set up, artillery unit for Eldar. Look at the range this thing has. Also gives you the singularity ability, which is very, very nasty versus infantry. Warboss really pissed, charging in. Warp Spiders don't want to get into melee with him with that claw. Ouch. 2 hits, 2 kills, and the Warp Spiders teleport the hell away. A double for Red and it's pretty much all over. More Fire Prism for Asmondeus. And it might get a triple. Loads of Orks should see off this Warlock. There's the Warp Throw though. Decaps into an Eldritch Storm. Ouch. Warlocks are so annoying. Pretty much all over. I think Illusive Man has almost given up here. Or not, he's going for Red's natural with double Plague Marines. Has a CSM squad still, so they are tied up by this Autarch. Can she take a model out? She can, and she levels to 4. Gonna lose the CSM squad. Plague Marines forcing melee on the Fire Prism. 13, 132, and here's the double, and it's all over certainly now. Blue team did not deal with the Banshees in tier 1 and have not dealt with the Fire Prisms in tier 3 after a pretty decent tier 2. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.